High-value men trigger deep female attraction without chasing, begging, or convincing. They understand specific psychological principles that make women pursue them instead. There are 7 secrets that separate men who chase from men who are chased, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what high-value men do differently. This isn't about playing games, it's about understanding attraction psychology. Let's reveal what most men never learn. Welcome back to Behind the Mind, where we explore the psychology of attraction and high-value behavior. Today, we're decoding how high-value men trigger deep female attraction without chasing. Here's the fundamental truth. Chasing kills attraction. The moment you pursue harder than she does, you've communicated lower value. But most men don't know what to do instead, so they either chase and lose or do nothing and also lose. High-value men understand a third option, creating conditions where women naturally pursue them. This isn't manipulation or playing hard to get, it's understanding what triggers genuine female attraction and embodying those qualities authentically. These 7 secrets are backed by evolutionary psychology, social dynamics research, and behavioral science. They explain why some men are constantly pursued while others constantly chase. Master these principles and you'll never chase again. Let's break down the high-value framework. Secret 1. High-value men prioritize their purpose and mission over female validation. This is the foundation of all attractive behavior. The psychology. Women are attracted to men on a mission, men building something, pursuing goals, creating value. Men who need female validation to feel complete signal they have no higher purpose. What this looks like practically? Your career, business, fitness, creative pursuits, personal growth. These come first. She's an addition to your life, not the center of it. Why this triggers attraction? Purpose signals high value. It demonstrates that you have direction, ambition, and don't need her to feel fulfilled. That self-sufficiency is magnetic. The evolutionary basis. Throughout history, women were attracted to men who could acquire resources and status. Men obsessed with women instead of mission couldn't achieve either. What kills attraction? Making her your primary focus, abandoning goals to spend more time with her, constantly seeking her approval, needing her validation to feel good about yourself. The paradox? The less you need her, the more she wants you. The more your life revolves around her, the less attractive you become. What high-value men do? They integrate women into already fulfilling lives. They schedule dates around their commitments, not vice versa. Their mood and self-worth aren't dependent on her responses. The contrast, low-value men drop everything for women, reorganize their lives around female attention, and derive self-worth from relationship status. Why this works? When she sees you're building something significant, she wants to be part of it. When she sees you need her validation, she sees weakness. Bottom line, have a mission bigger than getting female attention. Pursue that mission relentlessly. Women will naturally be drawn to that purposeful energy. Secret 2. High-value men are genuinely outcome independent. They're interested but unattached to results. The psychology. Outcome independence means your emotional state doesn't depend on her response. You're fine whether she likes you or not, responds or doesn't, is available or isn't. Why this triggers attraction? Neediness repels. Outcome independence signals abundance. You have options, you're not desperate, you're choosing her, not needing her. What this looks like practically? You ask her out. If she says no, you're genuinely unaffected. She doesn't respond to a text, you don't follow up desperately or overthink it. She's busy, you make other plans without resentment. She tests you, you remain emotionally stable. The neuroscience. Women's brains are wired to detect neediness as a threat signal. Desperation suggests low mate value. Outcome independence suggests high mate value. Why most men fail this? They're so invested in the outcome that every interaction feels high stakes. That anxiety bleeds through in their behavior, killing attraction. What high-value men do? They're genuinely busy building attractive lives. They have multiple interests, social circles, and options. One woman's response doesn't determine their emotional state. The contrast? Low-value men catastrophize rejection, overanalyze every text, and let their mood depend entirely on her responses. How to develop this? Actually build an abundant life. multiple interests, friendships, goals, and genuine self-sufficiency. You can't fake outcome independence, you have to genuinely not need it. The deeper truth: when you're outcome independent, you can be authentic. When you're attached to outcomes, you perform, manipulate, and try to say the right things. Authenticity beats performance every time. Bottom line, be genuinely okay with any outcome. That freedom of need is what makes her want to secure your attention. Secret 3. High-value men naturally demonstrate social proof and pre-selection. Other people, especially women, already validate their value. The psychology: women use social proof as a shortcut for assessing male value. If other women want you, you must be valuable. If other people respect you, you must be high status. What this looks like practically? Genuine friendships with women, not just romantic interests. Being well-liked and respected in your social circles. Having people approach you at social events. Stories that naturally reference social connections. Photos and social media showing social abundance. The evolutionary mechanism: throughout history, women couldn't independently assess every man's value. They used other women's preferences as data, mate choice copying. Why this triggers attraction? When she sees others value you, she doesn't have to independently verify your worth. Social proof does the work for you. What high-value men do? They naturally have diverse social circles with both men and women. They're socially skilled, likable, and genuinely enjoy people. Their social proof is authentic, not manufactured. The contrast: men with no social proof have to prove value from scratch, a much harder sell. Men who are clearly socially isolated signal low value. How to build this? Actually develop social skills and build genuine friendships. Host events, be the connector, cultivate interesting social circles. Don't fake it, build it. The pre-selection effect: if other attractive women are comfortable around you, enjoy your company, or show interest, this dramatically amplifies your attractiveness to any new woman. The dark psychology: seeing other women interested in you triggers competitive female psychology. She wants to secure what other women value. Bottom line, be someone genuinely others enjoy and respect. That social validation pre-sells your value to women who haven't assessed you yet. Secret 4. High-value men strategically scarce with their time and attention. They're not constantly available. The psychology: scarcity creates value. Abundance decreases value. When your time and attention are scarce, they become precious. When they're constantly available, they become taken for granted. What this looks like practically? You're not always available for last-minute plans. You don't respond to every text immediately. You have commitments that sometimes take priority. Your calendar has things going on beyond just her. Why this triggers attraction? Scarcity signals high value. It communicates that you're busy, in demand, have options, and your time matters. The neuroscience: intermittent reward schedules, intermittent reinforcement, create stronger dopamine responses than predictable ones. Strategic unavailability creates that productive uncertainty. What high-value men do? They're genuinely busy building attractive lives. Their scarcity is authentic. They actually are busy with meaningful things. This isn't fake unavailability. It's real time allocation to important priorities. The contrast? Low-value men are always available. They drop everything when she texts. They have nothing better to do. This availability signals low value. The critical calibration: this isn't about ignoring her or being difficult. It's about genuine prioritization. When you're with her, be present. When you have other commitments, honor them. The balance? Be scarce with logistics, time, immediate availability, but generous with emotional presence. When you are together, be fully engaged. What kills attraction? Constant availability. Always being the one to text first. Canceling your plans whenever she's free. Having nothing in your life that competes for your time. The psychological effect: when she can't always have your attention, she values it more when she gets it. When she knows you're busy building meaningful things, she respects you more. Secret 5. High-value men maintain unshakable frame and clear boundaries. They don't compromise their standards for female approval. The psychology? Frame is your internal reality, your values, standards, worldview. When you maintain frame under pressure, you signal strength. When you abandon it for approval, you signal weakness. What maintaining frame looks like? Having clear standards and not lowering them. Being unaffected by her tests or drama. Not changing your plans to accommodate unreasonable requests. Standing by your values even when challenged. Why this triggers attraction? Women unconsciously test frame to assess real versus fake strength. When you maintain frame calmly, you pass. When you cave or get defensive, you fail. The evolutionary basis? Throughout history, men who couldn't maintain frame under social pressure couldn't protect or lead. Frame strength signals capability under threat. What boundaries look like? I don't tolerate disrespect. Talk to me differently or we're done talking. I have plans tonight. We can meet Thursday. That behavior doesn't work for me. If it continues, I'll need to reconsider this relationship. Why clear boundaries create attraction? Clear boundaries signal self-respect. Women can't respect men who don't respect themselves. Boundaries demonstrate you value yourself highly. What high-value men do? They establish boundaries early, enforce them consistently, and walk away from situations that violate their standards. Their standards aren't negotiable. The contrast? Low-value men have fluid boundaries, tolerate disrespect, change their values to please women, and get defensive when challenged. The critical mindset? Your boundaries aren't restrictions on her, they're protection of your peace, self-respect, and standards. You're willing to lose her to maintain your integrity. The deeper attraction? When she sees you'll enforce boundaries even at the cost of losing her, she knows you're high value. You can't be manipulated or controlled. Bottom line? Know your standards, maintain your frame, enforce boundaries calmly. Walk away from anything that violates your self-respect. Secret 6. High-value men create emotional variety and intensity, not predictable flatness. They understand women are drawn to feeling, not logic. The psychology? Women's brains process emotions more intensely than men's. Emotional variety, highs, tension, resolution, excitement, creates dopamine and engagement. Flatness is boring, regardless of how good it is. What creating emotional spikes looks like? Playful teasing that creates tension. Unexpected plans or surprises. Push-pull dynamics, warm then cooler, engaged then busy. Challenging her occasionally. Creating mystery and unpredictability. Why this triggers attraction? Emotional intensity is mistaken for chemistry. When you create emotional range, she feels alive around you. That aliveness becomes addictive. The neuroscience? Emotional spikes trigger dopamine release. Dopamine creates the feeling of desire and pursuit. Flat emotional interactions don't activate reward systems. What high-value men do? They're not always the same. Sometimes playful, sometimes serious, sometimes very attentive, sometimes busy. This unpredictability keeps her engaged and thinking about them. The contrast? Low-value men are either completely flat, boring, or inconsistently negative, dramatic but toxic. High-value men create positive emotional variety. The critical distinction? This isn't about creating drama or being toxic. It's about not being emotionally one note. It's about having depth, range, and the ability to playfully create tension. Examples of emotional spikes? Teasing, "You're trouble, I can tell." Playful challenge. Push-pull, deep connection one night, then busy for 2 days. Unpredictability, surprising her with unexpected plans. Challenge, playfully disagreeing or debating. Why flatness kills attraction? If every interaction is the same energy, same availability, same responses, there's no dopamine, no excitement, no chase. It's comfort without chemistry. The balance? Create emotional variety while maintaining core reliability. She should never predict exactly how you'll show up, but she should always know you're solid underneath. Bottom line, be emotionally dynamic. Create highs, playful tension, variety. Make interactions with you feel engaging, not flat. Secret 7. High-value men are willing to walk away. This is the ultimate demonstration of value and the most powerful attraction trigger. The psychology? Willingness to walk away communicates that you have standards, options, self-respect, and aren't desperate. It's the ultimate frame test. What this looks like? Ending relationships that don't meet your standards, not tolerating repeated disrespect or low effort, choosing yourself over keeping someone who doesn't value you, actually following through when boundaries are violated. Why this triggers attraction? Nothing communicates value more powerfully than willingness to walk away. It demonstrates you're not desperate, you have options, and you value yourself. The evolutionary psychology? Men who couldn't walk away from bad situations got exploited. Women's psychology is wired to respect men who protect their value by withdrawing when necessary. What high-value men do? They give relationships genuine chances, but when they recognize incompatibility, disrespect, or low investment, they leave without drama or second-guessing. The paradox? The willingness to walk away often prevents you from needing to. When she knows you'll actually leave, she's more motivated to treat you well. When to walk away? Repeated disrespect despite clear boundaries, consistent low effort or lack of reciprocity, fundamental incompatibility you tried to ignore, pattern of behavior that violates your standards. The critical psychology? Walking away from someone who isn't right demonstrates to yourself and others that you have high standards. It raises your self-respect and others' respect for you. Why most men can't do this? Fear of being alone, scarcity mindset, hope she'll change, sunk cost fallacy. High-value men overcome these through genuine abundance and self-respect. The deeper truth? You can't negotiate attraction or respect. If you have to convince, beg, or tolerate poor treatment to keep someone, you've already lost. Walking away is the only move that might work, and if it doesn't, you're free. Bottom line, be genuinely willing to walk away from anything that doesn't align with your standards. That willingness is the most powerful form of value communication. Here's how these 7 secrets work together to trigger deep female attraction without chasing. Secret 1. Mission over validation. You have purpose beyond women, making you inherently valuable and non-needy. Secret 2. Outcome independence. You're emotionally unattached to her responses, signaling abundance and confidence. Secret 3. Social proof. Others validate your value before she has to independently assess it. Secret 4. Strategic scarcity. Your time and attention are valuable because they're limited and allocated intentionally. Secret 5. Frame and boundaries. You maintain standards and self-respect under all pressure, demonstrating strength. Secret 6. Emotional spikes. You create engaging emotional variety that keeps her interested and chemically bonded. Secret 7. Willingness to walk away. You'll leave situations that don't serve you, the ultimate value demonstration. When you embody all 7, you become magnetically attractive without any chasing. Women pursue because you're clearly valuable, mission, social proof. Women invest because you're scarce and outcome independent. Women respect because you maintain frame and boundaries. Women feel desire because you create emotional engagement. Women commit because they know you'll walk if they don't. You're not chasing, you're not convincing, you're not proving, you're simply being high value, and women naturally respond to that value by pursuing you. The shift? From how do I get her to am I the kind of man high-value women pursue? So there you have it, 7 secrets high-value men use to trigger deep female attraction without chasing. From mission to outcome independence to willingness to walk away, these principles separate men who chase from men who are chasers. This isn't about tricks or tactics, it's about genuinely becoming high value. A man with purpose, standards, abundance, and self-respect. When you embody these qualities authentically, chasing becomes obsolete. Which secret was most eye-opening? Drop 1 to 7 in the comments. And if this framework gave you clarity on high-value behavior, hit that like button and subscribe to Behind the Mind for more psychology of attraction, masculine development, and becoming the version of yourself that women pursue. Remember, high value isn't about what you do to get women, it's about who you become for yourself. Attraction is a byproduct.